Yo guys, what is up? It's Teach here, coming at you again with another video, and I am here right now to show you, well, one of the most OP tames initially that I have ever seen put into the game, the Tropognathus. A lot of people are like, oh, there's so many things that are better, blah, 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 blah. I mean, you're just wrong. That's what it comes down to. This thing is a powerhouse death machine. It's going to have so many different utilities in PvP and PvP aspects. More of a PvP mount than anything else. This thing is crazy powerful. So let's talk about why. Now first off, let's check out its stats here. Pretty cool stats. Oh, real quick, if you don't mind, if you haven't subbed or liked this video or for the channel already, it would be really appreciated if you did. You don't have to, but I mean, some of you that have helped me get this far, thank you so very much. It means the world to me. I just want to keep making videos and having some fun with it. So if you haven't gotten the chance to check out some of the videos, go check them out. It'd be awesome. So anyways, let's go and check this out. So the Tropognathus. Now this guy, health, each time he goes up a point, it's a massive amount. So he's going to be able to score a very large amount of health when you want to level these things. The stam goes up pretty heavily too, about 50 points a pop. This is a max level, so keep that in mind. That's pretty crazy. Food, you don't really care about oxygen. Again, doesn't matter a whole heck of a lot. It will technically increase speed on some servers if you have the oxygen boost increased. Weight can be pretty important if you want to hold a bunch of grenades on these things, so keep that in mind. And this is one that's underrated that is going to be hilariously overpowered, and I'll show you why in a minute here. I'm going to jack a bunch of melee into this guy. Now obviously this is a perfect scenario where he is able to actually get a ton of stuff into him. But this is going to be bonkers. So these are some pretty solid stats. This is again a wild tame, unimprinted, none of that kind of shenanigans. Pretty crazy. I'm pretty sure they're breedable. So once some people get some breedable lines of these things, we're going to have some absolutely bonkers stuff. Now, first off, they do have the same flying mechanics as the Tapiyara, where they can go strafe left, strafe right, forwards, backwards, all that kind of stuff, and kind of like circular movement while going up and down. Which is pretty crazy in my opinion. You can see that right there. That is a move a lot of people didn't cover. It's a knockback move. So what you do is basically you double tap spacebar, your jump bar, and you will be able to literally, when you're near the ground, do like a knockback attack, which is pretty crazy OP, because if you're on the ground and someone's there and you just want to send them flying, boom. Just like the Wyvern, see you later, buddy. Pretty cool in my opinion that they've added that as something that a lot of people are going to be able to use. And just, you know, the Wyvern's attack is great, but you have to be on the ground to do it. With this thing, you can just like strafe down on somebody, double tap that space bar, and boom, sonic boom the crap out of them, which is pretty neat, obviously. So that's one attack a lot of people didn't realize. Now let me show you one more before we continue that a lot of people didn't even recognize existed. So now we've gone into, if you hit control, or your, I guess your tertiary attack, these guys will be able to go into their boost mode. Now they have three speeds. They have their speed in which you're kind of just hovering like I am right now. They have the speed in which you are just flying without the boost mode. And then you can turn on like super boost. And that's when you see this happening right here. Now this isn't max speed. If you look at the bar in the lower left right now, you're going to notice about, give or take, 75% of the way done. That is compared to what you can reach speed-wise. Now, if that thing goes up, it means you're increasing your overall speed. So right now I'm at max speed, and he can go downhill really fast, and he gets like a super boost. Another thing that he gets a super boost with that people did not know about is if you are near another flyer, you can hit their slipstream or their jet stream. And when you do that, you'll actually be able to like increase your speed again, because he's like technically drafting off of them. I think that the special ability is called draft. I'm not entirely sure. But when you get near something that's a flyer, you can see it right there. You hit that like boost because he gets to see these little slipstreams in the air. See that? And right there, he'll hit it and then just like blast off into super speed mode. Now obviously it's kind of hard to hit with something like a Pteranodon, but you can see that slipstream, which is pretty cool. And he'll be able to like pack bonus a little bit because he'll be able to use this and really excel in his speed overall, or her speed overall, depending on what you have. So pretty cool with that slipstream bonus that you get there, and that's a really unique feature. Now one more thing that a lot of people forgot about is the C move when you're in this mode. Yeah, that right there is called a flip turn. Now, you can do a 180 perfect flip turn, and I'll go ahead and show you that right here. So basically, if you're going full speed, yeah, you can just flip turn on somebody and just blast off in some ridiculous direction. So if I'm heading towards this and someone's following me, not anymore, buddy. And it gives you a super boost as soon as you hit that. So if you're in like a PvP situation, there is no really letting this guy get followed, because he can just do a super boost of justice. And that's pretty crazy. Now, you do have to be facing the direction that you want to end up, because if I just hit C normally, he's going to go ahead and try and continue to go that way. But because he's basically doing a 180 and like super flipping, this thing is there's going to be some really cool things for that, because you can basically do a 180 flip pick somebody, and that's going to be pretty cool. So you have to be out of this mode, and basically you do this, and you can get that speed boost just like you see right there, even though he's got his normal wings. Now you got to be pretty smooth with it, and I'll go and show you that again. So basically you do the flip turn, leave that mode, you get that speed boost, and when he's in this mode right here, he's got a couple of cool moves. Now, and a lot of people kind of forgot about this, which is fine. He doesn't really have any speed in this mode, which kind of sucks. But he's got a primary attack that bites. He also has a secondary attack that picks things up in his mouth. Now, I got to land because unfortunately I ran out of stamina because I wasn't paying attention. But this absolute monster can pick things up in his mouth and then crunch them while they're in his mouth. So he can pick players, by the way, to add that. So he can pick a player off of a tame, never leaving his mouth, chew and chew and chew and chew, and they're gone. I'll go ahead and show you what that looks like. I'm going to go nice and slow, because you have to be in this mode in order to do it. Maybe I can't pick up a frog? Is a frog considered a non-pickable thing? Okay, so it has to be small or medium, so I got to find something smaller. Maybe a dodo would be a good example. And dodo? Yep, there you go. So now you can see he's got the dodo in his mouth in crunchy zone, and he can crunch it away. Now, when you have your melee jacked up on these things, if you pick them, basically you can get nice and close to something and then do like that bite, and some people are going to get really good. Not me. I'm not going to be that good at it. But some people are going to get really good at hitting that shift into the bite to pick somebody, and then you just munch away at them while they're in your mouth. I'll show you what I mean right here. I just roasted that thing on accident. So, dillos can be picked, and they'll basically just boost and then kind of go out of that boost and then just get a whole bunch of stuff, which is going to be cool. These things are going to be incredibly amazing tames. I'm super excited to see what people come up with. Now, this is just inside of their regular mode, so that's pretty cool. Another reason they're going to be OP, because they can just pick you up and kill you. Unlike a lot of tames, they can't pick you up and then crunch you away. RGs can, but RGs are kind of useless because they're complete and total lack of speed. Whereas these guys, on the other hand, have speed. They have the ability to pick. Oh, yeah, and did I mention that they can shoot grenades? I mean, what don't you have in this tame? This thing's a monster. And I'll go ahead and show you some more special abilities that it does have when you actually enter this jet boost mode. Because this is, like, you alter between these two modes, and you kind of just, get that bonus. I'm going to go ahead and... That's not what I wanted to do. Escape. There we go. Boom. And once you hit that C spin, you can literally do that non-stop and use super boost if you're battling somebody, which is, I'm curious to see what some people come up for it, because it's going to be bonkers. Now, you've got two attacks when you're doing this. Your primary is a normal bite, so that still exists. But when you're also in this boost mode, you can literally just fire rockets away. Now, they do have a max distance, which is interesting, and they do have a max speed at which you can fire, but it's pretty cool. I mean, I think that this is really unique, and it's something that's going to be really, really awesome. So, I think that there's going to be some people that get really good with these things, and they just knock things out of the sky, and what are you going to do about it? Because the only thing that can really battle this guy is another one of them, because you just C-spin out of it and just continue to fire your grenades of death, and it's over. Now, you could also, if someone's on the ground, like let's say they're riding a Giganotosaurus, you can just shoot them off the back of the Giga with grenades. You just get your speed boost straight up, and you come down in the strafing style run, and boom, you just go back up again. And there are so many unique things that this guy's going to be able to do that I can't even describe it. I'm super excited to see what he's capable of, because I mean, if you can get a good strafing run going, you just hold back, and boom. You gotta probably shoot 3 or 4 grenades off onto a Giga's back. It's gonna be really hard to combat these. You're gonna have to slap down some turrets, and even then, I don't know how a turret's gonna hit this guy. I haven't even looked or thought about that yet, because that's just crazy in my opinion. Alright, so there's that slipstream bonus. You saw that. You can kind of get that if you want to. You don't have to get it, but it's an option, and it certainly gives you a max boost in speed, which is pretty cool. So, there are so many unique things that this guy can do. I mean, if you haven't figured it out already, I love it. It's going to be so cool. They have got some really cool colors. They're really hard to tame. I will admit that. That's about the only negative about them. Outside of that, once you get these things like imprinted and stuff like that, ooh doggy, you're going to get some crazy stuff. Because, I mean, the ability to pick, plus grenades, plus all this other stuff, and flyer, oh man, I'm excited for what they're doing with Arc, because this is just like, it's changing the meta. The meta beforehand was a bunch of Manic Armors and some Giganotosauruses, and now, I'm hoping it's the Tropognathus mixed in there. So, anyways, hopefully this video helps you out. The review of the Tropognathus and its special abilities. And other than that, teach out.